Hello, my name is Tyger Crump, and today I will be doing my presentation on my article, which was Toward a New Vision, Race, Class, and Gender by Patricia Hill Collins. So, a quick summary. In this article by Patricia Hill Collins, she talks about race, class, and gender, and how they pertain to shaping social inequalities through the interconnectedness. Collins claims that these three categories of identity are intertwined with each other and create complex systems of oppression that reinforce each other. She establishes the term intersectionality that describes how these different forms of oppression intersect to affect the experiences that people have in unique ways. Collins pushes the significance of understanding the similarities and differences of these experiences in order to create unity and empathy throughout diverse communities and social groups. She believes that we can all work together towards life-changing social change, and her article forces readers to acknowledge power and privilege tendencies in their personal lives and pushing for justice and inclusivity in personal and systematic levels. Now, how does this article apply to this course, which is Minority Groups in America? This article applies to this course because it gives us the framework to understand the interconnected and layered forms of oppression faced by minority groups in the U.S., and it also is a call to action that pushes people and communicates to form coalitions by learning and understanding how intersectionality oppression impacts everyone in different ways. Here are some statistics. Higher education typically lowers workers' chances of being employed, but does not eliminate racial and ethnic disparities in unemployment rates. So, unemployment rate by race and ethnicity and educational attainment in 2023, you can see that even though they're in the same category, so let's say they have a less than high school education, whites still fare better than the other races in terms of not being as unemployed as them. And it goes down in every level, from high school, some college, to college, and an advanced degree. This website also has more statistics of different things, and it's a great tool to use. I would check them out. The link is right there. So some key terms that we have today. First one, you've heard me say it a couple times, intersectionality. That is the complex, cumulative way in which the effects of multiple forms of discrimination, such as racism, sexism, and classism, combine, overlap, or intersect, especially in the experiences of marginalized individuals and groups. Colonialism is the domination of a people or area by a foreign state or nation. The practice of extending and maintaining a nation's political and economic control over another people or area. Voyeurism. This is the practice of taking pleasure in observing something private, sordid, or scandalous. An example would be like someone of privilege taking pleasure, being happy, and seeing something scandalous go down, like someone not being accepted into a job because of their race or ethnicity or gender. Now, reformism is a doctrine, policy, or movement of reform. So something that negates the progression of, let's say, a certain race's forward progression in the nation. Here are some visuals. You can see racism, sexism, and heterosexism. And on the other side, classism, colonialism, and ableism. And then intersectionality going down the middle. And then some art, and then stratification by an ethnicity. Here's a video of The Urgency of Intersectionality by Kimberly Crenshaw. She does a great job of explaining how she goes to tell a story about how a black woman isn't accepted of a job due to her race, although she has all the qualifications needed to work at that job. She is declined. I would watch that video. The link is right here. I will also attach it. Oops. Okay, my personal reflection. So from reading this article, I have learned a lot about intersectionality, and I find myself thinking a lot about how people navigate privilege and marginalization in different aspects of their identities, and it has made me more aware of the privileges or challenges that people face. I know that moving forward, I must have a multi-dimensional view of clients while I'm in the field of social work, allowing me to see each client not just through one way, such as gender or class, but as a whole person going through intersecting identities and issues. Here are some possible solutions to fix this issue. You could set up multi-dimensional frameworks that promote the need for frameworks that recognize and analyze the interconnectedness between race, class, gender, and other identities. And solutions shouldn't separate these identities, but consider how they interact as a whole. You could push policies that take diverse experience of individuals at the intersection of multiple identities into account, which means including voices from marginalized groups into the policy-making process to make sure that their specific needs are met and heard. Encouraging movements and community-based organizations to empower individuals affected by intersecting oppressions and supporting local projects can build resilience and help with the needs of the community. Promoting education that showcases the complexities of intersectionality, and this allows for an increase in awareness among individuals, educators, and those in charge of making policies about the unique challenges faced by those at the intersections of multiple identities. Creating coalitions across different social movements. This can help build a larger base of support for policies that address systematic inequalities and promote social justice. So think of coalitions as like a group or organization and like a grassroots. Supporting inclusive research that works with communities to understand their needs and lived experiences. This research would allow marginalized people to create the narratives that make policies and practices. Now my discussion questions. There's 3. What's a situation where your race, class, and gender, maybe even religion, so on and so forth, sexuality has benefited you, and what's another situation where it has been detrimental to you? So what's one situation where you benefited from it and one that wasn't? And then 2, why is intersectionality important for understanding social inequalities? And number 3, how important is cultural representation to reinforcing or challenging societal norms relating to race, class, and gender? Here are the websites that I use for my research. And then the pictures, the links that I use for the pictures are in the author's note of the tab. Thank you for listening. Again, my name is Tyger Crump. I hope you had a good one. Bye.